Let's talk about Project Power, the newest 2020 movie to come out on Netflix, directed by Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. Hopefully I'm saying those last names right. And starring Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback. This movie follows this drug called Power, and when you take it, sometimes people for the next 5 minutes will have some kind of superpower, and other people explode, but that I think that this movie should have focused on the idea of it being a drug over top of it being like a superpower. It kind of touches on the facts of taking this drug is bad and it's not good, but it doesn't really focus on it, and I didn't really agree with that choice in the story, because the movie really is just about Dominique Fishback's character. She's a drug dealer for these drugs, and she's using the money that she gets for her mom. So she's a sympathetic character, and it's likable, and she's actually one of the best parts of this movie because she brings this charisma to this movie. She did have some great chemistry with Jamie Foxx when they were on screen together. She just brought something different and something really good to this movie, and I really liked her in this. Because kind of Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt kind of just play their usually who they are in every movie that they are in. But the movie really is just about them. Jamie Foxx is trying to find his daughter, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a cop and is trying to stop this drugs from infecting his city and eventually affecting the world. And I like that. This was a fun, enjoyable action movie. I don't really have any like, oh, this movie's terrible, this was stupid. Like, even the effects in this movie were good for the superpowers. Like, they actually looked pretty nice. But I just felt like the plot itself was a little too safe. It didn't really take the risks that it should have. We really need movies to take risks and be different. Because, like, we've seen parts of this movie before, but this concept is really good, so I really like it. So it's like tough. I really think this movie should have tried, maybe not to the extreme, but tried to focus on the psychology of drugs. So like more like Requiem for a Dream, not as extreme, but it should have focused on someone taking this drug, having these abilities, and how it affects their bodies, and how it can psychologically hurt them, and how it's harmful for themselves. I think that should have been a big part of this movie, and it really wasn't. It was touched upon, but it wasn't focused on. And I think that that's my main issue with this movie, that it had so much potential being something bigger, but instead it chose to be this condensed version of that. And I'm a little disappointed on that aspect. This movie really just left me wanting more. But the story itself, it's good, it's fun. All the actors do a great job. The effects are good. There is some awesome action sequences. Everything's fine. I just felt like it should have been different. I would have to give this movie a 3 stars. Really in that decent movie category. I had some issues with it, but it was good. Mainly that concept. If the concept wasn't there, then this movie really would just be a throwaway. But that concept right there was really good, and I really liked that. So I would definitely give it a 3 stars. It was a decent movie, but I had my issues with it. It is streaming on Netflix. Project Power. Go check it out.